This past month, I had the opportunity to be a part of a super passion project. I was a part of a music video for Galaxy Girl Paida. If you don't know, Paida is a Japanese pop idol, overseas idol to be specific, and her whole shtick gimmick is that she is a alien pop star from space. So it's very kitschy, very silly. It wasn't the first time that I've worked on video music projects before. I've done lots of cover work before, so not completely uncharted territory, but it was the first time that I've been able to work on a project that's an original song with an original artist and original choreography, so I was very excited. My role in this project was creative concept in collaboration with Missy, who was my lead, and I also worked as a production assistant to her. I didn't run the camera as much, that was Missy's job, but I made sure that, I provided my gimbal for the day and helped set that up and made sure that she was good to go with her camera on there and all that nerdy tech stuff. This journey started in 2022, that summer, when we were invited to be a part of this project. And so Missy and I got together and did the creative concept. We worked on creative concept, which is basically you just sit down and come up with ideas and piece them together as you go along, which for me is very fun. It's kind of like creating a jigsaw puzzle out of nothing. So we just spent the day watching a lot of videos that inspire her and then videos that inspire me and just trying to understand what we were both expecting this project to look like, because Missy and I have different inspirations when it comes to video projects. She is very much 60 frames per second. I'm 25 to 30, and she's very much lots of dance scenes, and I'm very much lots of B-roll. So it's just very fun working together, even though our styles are so different that we also just collaborate very well together. We eventually settled on this idea, and I still have my notes from that day in my notebook. And part of the lyrics of Secret Moon, this is going to be like really into the noggin, but in analyzing the lyrics of Secret Moon, we were very drawn to the phases of the moon that are represented throughout the song. And so for a visual, we came up with these CDs, and each CD is a phase of the moon and it says the phase on it. And they're kind of sprinkled throughout the video to go along with the narrative that we came up with. And the overarching story told is kind of how music brings life to the world around us. There's lots of black and white elements, and each time Paida comes across a noise-making device, be it a phone or a radio, what have you, it sparks a little bit of color into the world. And there's also a CD with a phase of the moon to help signify that. That was kind of our narrative that we were telling. Something simple that was able to come across in video and also kind of related to Paida and her whole space alien world. And there's also, in the dance sequence, we also came up with this moon that Missy made that by hand, made all the stars in the dance sequences by hand, and just they look so great. But we planned everything from a rough storyboard and all the B-roll that we wanted and everything, and with each of the props for the noise making, music making devices, we had this plan to spell out Paida at the end. And the location that scene was supposed to be in ended up not working out, so it was very interesting to see how we pivoted. Fast forward to New Year's of 2023, we actually had it was New Year's Eve of 2022. We had a lunch meeting, our pitch meeting with Paida, and she loved it. So it was just waiting on, getting everything together, getting everything set up, dancers, everything. Fast forward to shoot day, which unfortunately was the only day that I was able to be on set. I had some scheduling conflicts that interfered with day 2, but day 1 had its own handful of challenges along the way. We were supposed to get started late morning I was supposed to meet them at the first location, but it decided to rain that day. I was told to just meet up where they were getting ready. When I arrived, Paida was still in the process of doing hair, makeup, nails, costume, everything. That's when I was told we have decided to throw the schedule out the window, which I was like, terrific, no problem. And it ended up working out really well that by the time the rain stopped and the sun came out, we were ready to go. Funny how timing just works that way sometimes. So we piled in the car, drove to our first location, which we had to but we had to postpone first location that we were going to meet at, and I think one other one. And Missy had just decided that on shoot day 2, they would just get that stuff then. So we only had 2 locations for this day. We went to our first one, which is with the telephone booth. And again, my job was just to set things up and make sure that they were ready for my director and help. We got our stuff. I grabbed some promotional photos for Paida to use, which I absolutely love. I think they're so, so cute. After we grabbed all the B-roll that we needed, we piled in the car and headed to our second and last location of the day, which is this big field that has electrical towers in it, which being under these is slightly terrifying, but I love the look of them, especially juxtaposed with like a big field of grass. I just think it's very beautiful. But you could hear them buzzing above us because we were on a hill, and that was kind of terrifying. And it was also so muddy from the rain, so we were like trying to keep on the grass and not the muddy bits. But one good thing about the rain was that it was still very cloudy in the sky, which acted as this like great light diffuse. So we were able to just shoot everything with natural light, which was really great, but the mud was not so great. Got some more B-roll here, and because it rained, we had this really cute umbrella that we were able to use as like a bonus prop that we hadn't originally planned for, but it's so cute, and it also makes an appearance in the promotional photos that I grabbed here as well. But yeah, we did some more B-roll stuff. I actually got to run camera for one scene, which you see at the very end, which was a nice little surprise because I just asked Missy, I was like, can I give it a go? And she was like, sure. And she ended up using it, which was really nice to see. Yep, we got our B-roll. It was a very easy B-roll filled day. Those are always my favorite. After a few hours between both locations, we wrapped up our day with a cast and crew dinner, which was really nice. And that was pretty much the end of my work. I went home and a few days later worked on photos. That's pretty much it. That's how Secret Moon came to be, which Secret Moon is now, the video is out, it's streaming. So if you love J-pop, then I highly recommend Galaxy Girl Paida. And just if you're not, then give it a watch to support everyone who worked on this project, and maybe you'll find something new and you'll end up, really digging it. I don't know. But that's all that I have for you today. If you'd like to see more, subscribe, leave a like, all that good YouTube jazz, and I will see you next time. Bye!